But yeah, I guess I backed myself, and I backed myself in an unpopular genre, especially here in Australia. And 3 months in, it seems to be paying off. So who knows what's next?
And that's the thing. Like, I think fans here, like, you're showing that there's been fans that want to see deathmatch wrestling here in Australia, and that there's a fan base of it that wants to see that genre of wrestling because like you said last time we spoke, before DMDU, like there was probably a handful of death matches per year here in Australia, or it was very far and few between. And you know what I mean? And then having X amount of guys trying to get booked on those shows, obviously making it a lot harder.
Well, that's it. I mean, you'd see 3 or 4 death matches a year before DMDU came along. I've had 3 in 3 months. And then, so my next death match is the Noro barbed wire match with Vixen. And then I have one like every 2 weeks, all the way through to like the end of June. Sometimes back to back, like week to week. So that's the life I've chosen. I'm probably going to regret it about halfway through, but like I said, I backed myself, and we're really lucky to have a group of like-minded people, and it's been really cool to see, like I said, how people come around to deathmatch wrestling. There's a match on Smashing Sandcastles, which airs Friday lunchtime for Melbourne time, and Thursday evening prime time in the US on IWTV. Pluggity plug plug plug.
Plug away.
Well, there you go. York. So York's an old friend of mine. I've known him for about 10 years now. He was wrestling in Adelaide, and then he moved to Perth and was doing really good work with Schwa and EPW over there. And then he moved to Melbourne and said he was retiring. And then I saw him do a promo for another promotion here in Melbourne. I sent him a message. I go, wait, are you fucking done or are you back? And he's like, no, I think I'm going to hang around for a little bit longer. He came to Outcome the Wolves with Michael Weaver because they're friends, and saved their ass on the back of house. We had a production issue, and he'd been around long enough. He's like, "Yep, I know how to fix this. You there, you there, you there, you there, you there. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, and it's fixed." And obviously, It's our first show as a new promotion, so our heads are on a swivel. We got a million things going on, and he just fucking goes, "All right, look, I've got it. It's done." And we went, "Holy shit! Thank you so much. Look, I owe you one booking as payment. That's the least we can do is give you a run." But on that same night, he saw all the death matches we did on Wolves, the 3 death matches, and went, I think I want to do a death match. I think I want to do death matches. That looked fucking sick. That wasn't just good wrestling. Like, that wasn't just a good death match. It was good wrestling.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, okay, cool. And then we had our secret show, Wash Your Hands, available on IWTV. There's another plug. That's 2. And we went, okay, we'll put him in against Callan. We know Callan's a good hand outside of deathmatch stuff. Like, he's a great wrestler outside of deathmatch stuff. Let's see how he goes. And we say, have the best fucking, like, you guys are in the position to steal the show. Go for it. And if you go and watch that, they beat the fuck out of each other. Really hard-hitting, strong style match. I know you've seen it. Like, you've seen
a couple
it. They
times.
beat the shit out of each other. And we went, all right, well, you're super helpful and you're a part of the family immediately on this side. You're a really good talent on this side, and then you put them together and you want to do death matches. All right, like, you've come correct. You've come correct. Our biggest thing is, like, we don't want to put anyone in a death match that doesn't want to do a death match, because you've got to be in the right mindset for it.
Absolutely.
But he ticked all the boxes, and we gave him the opportunity on, what was a bigger show than our debut show. And you'll see on Friday, he fucking killed it. Like, absolutely slayed. One of the best coming out performances I've seen. I can't wait to see on Friday everyone go, holy fuck, York is about, where the fuck has this guy been all this time? So, like, that's super exciting. And there's other people like that as well, who, for example, is I'm going to just name drop a bunch of people that no one will know, but it's okay. Charlie Rose from Tasmania. They've said, hey, I want to do death matches. And then I went, oh, yeah, do you? And I said, all right, time to put your money where your mouth is. Here's a date. Here's a time. Do you want to do a death match? And they went, maybe do it. Yep. All right. I'm in. But same thing. Turned up, worked hard, became part of the family, understands the mental commitment for death matches, and away they go. And Mike Chaos is the same. And he's going to make his deathmatch debut on Not Here to Fuck Spiders. That match will get announced in a couple of days. So there's your scoop. I always try and give you a scoop.
Mate, I definitely appreciate that scoop. We'll make sure that we put that out in a clip tomorrow. But, you know, to be able to go in and do deathmatch wrestling and to have that and to see how these guys are looking at it and saying, you know what, I want to give this a try. I want to give this a crack. You know, whereas I think like over in the States, like a lot of the guys on the indies, a lot of them have said, yeah, they've dabbled in a few death matches here and there, like Swerve Scott did Cage of Death, Swerve Scott,
Shane Strickland.
Shane Strickland. I had my tongue tied for a
I
second.
knew who you meant.
Yeah, I'm glad you glad you did. But yeah, he like did Cage of Death, and the guys have dabbled in it. Whereas I think in Australia they haven't had that opportunity. But now
Because
with DMDU, it's
because there hasn't been the platform for it. You know, there's not been deathmatch promotions that are running 2 or 3 death matches a show where someone like that can go, hey, you know, I want to give it a crack. All right. Like a big problem that the US has had for a really long time is there's a combination of talented wrestlers who want to do death matches, and then there's a combination of really shitty guys who all they can do is death matches. And like that particular crowd is starting to weed out. Like that was very you know, mid noughties, early noughties kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is starting to wind down, which is good. But here, you've got to have that base level, and especially with DMDU, like we're not putting scrubs in on our shows, period. Like we have secret shows for a reason. It's an opportunity to try out talent, to see them with our own eyes and not just watch footage from their home promotion or whatever, see if they can take instruction and see if they're comfortable working under our system. And if all those boxes are ticked and then they feel like fucking, you know, jumping in and having a death match, then we'll have that conversation. There have been people who've gone, hey, I want to do a death match. We've gone, no, you're no. Like there are people who want to do it because it's trendy. That's not okay with us at this point, because we have a duty of care to them, because the last thing I want is someone thinking it's a good idea, taking the first bump, immediately realizing it's a bad idea and going into shock.
And
that does
like how many times how many times have you seen that happen though, Joel, in your years, like people just freaking out once they get in there?
Once or twice, where, you know, they talk a big game out the back and then we get in there and it's like, all right, time for the first one, bang. How'd that feel? And they go, I don't want to do that anymore. And you go, fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're in here now, so I guess my night's about to get really shitty, because all the stuff that you don't want to do, I now have to do, as well as all the stuff that I was going to do. So yeah, I just doubled my gross bump card because you know, bit off more than you can chew. Tremendous. Yay.
And that must be frustrating though, like in
incredibly.
That situation. Yeah, like, you know, because then you've got to go and take that extra punishment. This